Hi everyone, happy Monday. Yes, it is time for another Mindset Monday tip for your week. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to share today that could be really useful during all of this, stuff that we're dealing with, all of the stress, all of the fear, all of the worry, I was really thinking about, actually not doing a video, but I realized it would be doing you and myself a disservice to not actually share some of the things that may be helpful while we're all in this state of limbo, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about minding your mind and why it is so incredibly important right now for us to really be mindful of our mindset. And remember, our mindset is simply the thoughts and the beliefs that we kind of rotate through our mind on a consistent basis. And when our world is going through something so massive, something with so many question marks about what's going to happen, how long is it going to last, that has such a massive impact on so many areas of our lives, our schools, our children, our finances, it's happening, it has an effect. It's really important to take care of what you can, right? Control what you can. And the thing that I always come back to, even in the middle of my own anxiety, is that the only thing that I can truly, take control of or be in charge of is my own sort of mental space. And with everything going on right now, your mental health and your mindset is so incredibly important for you to be able to get through this time, right? And it's important for your immune system as well. So I wanted to share a couple of tips with you to help you really mind your mind in this moment, and then share some ways that I'm actually going to be reaching out and supporting you as well, okay? So minding your mind is essentially that. It's really taking care of, right? We're talking about taking care of our bodies. You have to take care of your mind as well. When we are in this state of fear, right? Fear fuels more fear. So those people, who are calling us and telling us all about those, news stories and this person and that person and this thing is happening, that really just exacerbates the fear. It adds fuel to the fire. It creates, at least for me, more anxiety. I found myself getting really caught up in the fear around it, the fear in terms of the impact and how is it going to impact our world? How is it going to impact business? How is it going to impact, my son's school? What's going to happen, right? So be really mindful of a couple of things. Number one, what is it that you're feeding your mind, right? There's a difference between being informed and being a little bit obsessive about it, right? So be informed, take precautions, do the things that are going to make you feel secure. If that means quarantining yourself, staying at home, washing your hands, doing all of those things, then do those things. But we don't have to constantly, be on the web or watching the news or paying attention to the death tolls or paying attention to the infections or paying attention to all of that. Just take care of yourself, right? Be mindful of your mind, what you're feeding it. And if you are wanting to just be informed, right? Check the news, but take breaks. Take mental breaks. I think that Netflix and Hulu and all of those sites are going to have an amazing time right now because so many people are really going to need to disconnect. And I think it's really important to disconnect from the noise a little bit so that you can reconnect and really have some space for yourself so that you can really ground yourself and take care of yourself, okay? So that mind and health, your mental health is all part of self-care as well, okay? So pay attention to what you're feeding it. Take breaks. Don't be on social media all the time. Don't be, don't watch the news all the time. Don't be constantly connected to every single thing that's unfolding. Just be really mindful. And a really good key that I have found for this is if I'm in this anxious state, probably not a good idea to go on Facebook and look at and read all the news, right? So even for myself, I've had to disconnect and distance myself. We're talking about social distancing. Let's talk about social media distancing at times and cutting ourselves off a little bit so that we can come back to our center. And this is imperative. So when you feel yourself getting overwhelmed or you feel yourself getting fearful or anxious, for me it rises in my chest, then I encourage you to take some time and just take a break, okay? Start soothing that fear as well when it comes up. And I'll share with you a couple of things that have been really helpful for me. EFT tapping, if you've never heard of it, it's the emotional freedom technique. It's literally tapping through points in your body, right, to really help alleviate that stress and that anxiety. And it is like a miracle. It works wonders. So if you haven't done that, definitely do that. You can look on YouTube. There are tons of videos about fear, doubt, worry, depression, anything. Definitely check that out. Meditation has also been really, really good. So taking some time, turning on a guided meditation, and then zoning out a little bit really helps to contain and stop those really challenging and anxious thoughts that are running rampant in your mind. And then, again, disconnecting, reading, watching movies, like doing things that you can to kind of distract yourself. We are going to get through this. There is no doubt in my mind that we are going to get through this, and everything will be fine. Things will work out. It is challenging, and there are people who are having real challenges with food and finances and all of that. And I think the thing to remember about all of this is not just affecting one group of people. Like, this is affecting all of us, and this is the time for us to do what we can for ourselves, for our mental health and mindset, so that we can be available and we can really support others in this, because we really have to come together. So those are some of my tips for you today. The other thing that I want to offer to you is basically to be there for you, right? I was thinking about how I could be of service. What is it that I can do as a coach, as a helper, to help us all stay grounded? And so I'm going to be over in the Mind Power Collective group. If you didn't see my message before, I'm going to be over in the Mind Power Collective group, just sharing tools. I'll be opening threads, checking in on everyone. How's everyone doing? Just to provide that connection. For those of us who are going to be quarantined at home, it can be a bit of a lonely ride, and a lot of stuff can come up for us. So let's try to keep our mindset under control. Let's try to keep it, as contained as we can and as supportive as we can. And remember that what we are planting and how we are responding and how we are living in the moment now is actually part of creating what comes next for us individually. So if we are, freaking out about all the things, then we're not really setting the tone for more peace. We're setting the tone for more freak out. So as much as you can, disconnect, reach out for support. If you have questions, or if there is something that's going on for you, and you need a little bit of support, send me a message on Facebook, post a comment below, email me, reach out to me on my website, jump on over to Mind Power Collective, and I'll help you in any way that I can. I know it's challenging, I know it's hard right now, but I just want you to know that you're not alone and that we're in this together. So I hope this is helpful for you. Feel free to send me a message, let me know what's on your heart. If there's anything that I can do to support you, I would love to do that. And in the meantime, hang in there, we will get through this. And I'm sending you tons of love for this wonderful Monday. Have a great one. Bye.